Well, 7 minutes. Usually I start at like 3 minutes, so let's continue. Let's look around. Many much Buddha statues. Guessing this is where I'm gonna end up putting the heads. Does it, like, describe them? Like a divine general, it has armor from the Tang dynasty. It's a statue with its head cut off. It looks like it held a weapon in its left hand. It's a statue that looks like a Vidyaraha or something. It's missing one of its arms as well as its head. Okay, they all have individual descriptions, so that means this is 700% a puzzle. It's a Vaisravana statue. It's missing its head. It's a statue with its head cut off. It seems to be holding some kind of Buddhist ritual implement. It's a statue that seems to be a divine general. Its head has been severed. And then this one? It's a statue with its head cut off. It's lying pitifully on the floor. I search all the statues. Every statue here has a male body. Hello! Thank you for the lurk, though. I'm happy with that. Good luck with Final Fantasy. Every statue here has a male body. Suddenly, there's a sound of movement from within the box. Oh, hello, box. It's a big iron box. It's coated with a thin layer of dust, but it seems to be in decent enough shape. Touch it. I managed to open the box. Sheets of white paper are inside. They seem to be a multitude of talismans. Was something sealed here? Hero peers into the box beside me. So, was something in there? Well, my voice sounds distant. The cause of the curse, what birthed the spirit, there's nothing like that here. No, there's nothing here. What? What do you mean? Then, what's that in your hand? Hero's right. It's not true that there's nothing inside. There's one thing. I never would have expected something like this. Something that doesn't belong here. A box sealed by talismans has enshrined... Fucking cliffhanger and cliffhanger... What? Fucking what? A fucking pillow. It's a... Guys. The horror all along was the pillow. It's like Silent Hill poo. A western style cushion. Hero sighs, disappointed. Guess we're out of luck. No way this thing gave birth to a spirit. True, but the state of this room and the voices, something important was definitely sealed up in this place at some point. Yet there's nothing here. I got a pillow. Then the thing we're searching for, where the hell did it go? A long silence falls between us. It is then that a now familiar pain flares up. The mark burns scarlet. It immediately is dyed a deep crimson. Death is only a few minutes away. Time just hella skipped forward. Ugh, what's going on? Is death closing in on us all of a sudden? No, it's... the spirit is here. Trophy earned! The 5th spirit! Oh! Fuck you! What the fuck just happened? Oh my god! A low sutra chant hum trembles in the air. It feels like my whole body is numb, and maybe because of that hum. I have to fight it already? I don't know what to do! Everything happened! You missed all the jump scares. Jump scares! What do I do? I have like no items. I grab the gun, but I can't control my hand. It turns the gun toward my head and fires. The blank explodes. My consciousness fades. There's a strong ringing in my ears, and it's preventing me from hearing the sutra chant. Heroes clutching their head like they can't hear anything either. The numbness has faded. Oh, I did the right thing! Holy shit! Nothing happens. Okay, so the bell is worthless. We were injured, but we didn't die. That didn't sound like... Well, the gun was right, the rest wasn't. So I need to do the blank again. What? I have no other items. She can't use that. Yeah, but the... Yeah, just fucking shooting myself in the head. Okay, I want her to shoot him, but I feel like giving her this, she'll shoot herself and die. Shoot sword blade. She might die with this too. Oh! I did hit it. The spirit fades and becomes intangible. We both got injured again. He's still not close enough. The bullet just passed through the spirit. Oh, I had to use the bell there, didn't I? I totally did. Well, that's a cool face. I actually dig that. Flip bar enters the bell. He's wounded. The spirit turns solid again. The Kagursu's bell flies into the air. You get the feeling that we're not using it right. He's wounded. The spirit fades and becomes intangible. Oh, well, I died. Why are there so many Hi! Open it! Thank you. Give me... What? What do you mean I can't take it? It has 3 sets of small bells, 7, 5, and 3, also called a Miko bell. It's meant to be used by shrine maidens. A number of unsolved issues, such as only holding 1 bullet and its unraveling, cause it to be cancelled. Suddenly berserk, severe damage, sutra chanting, complete insanity. Only those who made themselves deaf manage to remain sane, so that's why I have to shoot myself. Half spiritualized like disposal vat, needs sacred object, attack, destroy. Human head, it's the key. Need to destroy human head. Oh, I can use the right stick to move? Holy shit, I've been using the D-pad the whole time. Hello! Thanks for dropping in! Haha, low-bearing fruit, I took it! Hahaha. Knock knock, who's there? Thank you for laughing, Loonme. Okay. So, I shoot myself. Oh my god, it fixes everything. I shoot him. He's intangible. Okay. He moves forward. I switch to her. Use the bell. Range short sword. Yes. Wounded. He's solid again. He's hurt again and invisible. We're hurt again. So this is doing a lot more damage a lot quickly, and I'm keeping the bell each time. Alright, she has to use the bell again. And then I have to use the gun with blanks again because I don't have another weapon. And then when he gets closer, he's wounded. Solid again. That didn't do anything. Now he's the closest he can be. Hello. So then I'm gonna do the sword because he's solid, and then she's gonna do the bell because he'll be invisible. And this should hopefully do something different. Question mark, question mark, question mark, go! He's wounded, spirit phasing becomes intangible. Spirit stops. I guess the attack finally worked. Out of nowhere, ah! I did it! Out of nowhere, footsteps approach behind me. Cough, cough, cough! Oh, it's the dead guy! I hear coughing, and whoever it is puts their hand on my back. Damon, is it you? What are you doing? What happened? I fucking did it right is what happened. I shook a bell. Instead of replying, he shoves something into my hand. It's a large chisel with the grip stained blood. Head or ear? What does that mean? What are you asking me? This is... I found it in the room in the mansion. In that instant, I understand everything. The heart of the curse that we were searching for, the object that gave birth to the spirit. So it was kept in Kuju Mansion. Thanks, I'm gonna use it. I'll grab the chisel and face the spirit. Good, don't tell me what to do. Stop looking everything up. Shit. Fuck, I actually don't know. I'm gonna go right. Oh! Ah! Ah! Finally it smiles and disappears. Watch Hero die though. Watch that be the wrong one. I went for the ear, cause like that's how you cut a throat, right? You go ear to ear. The statue stops moving and collapses. It stopped, right? Ugh, looks like it. My marks vanished, so it must be over. Once again, I'm the only one still cursed. Well, what the fuck? I'm grateful that I made it in time. That was a close call. Thanks for saving us, but you know that was pretty reckless. I thought it said it's dangerous for a group of mark bearers to go somewhere haunted. Yes, but this seemed important, and it saved our lives in the end. Tell us, Dr. Damon, what happened at the mansion? To be honest, it's hard for me to logically explain it, but I'll tell you what happened. After you left, I chose to do my own investigation of the mansion. When I passed a certain room, my mark started hurting suddenly. I went inside to look around and found a desk with chisels in it. You must mean the room I found. My head was in a haze because of the mark at the time. But it seemed to me that one chisel was engulfed in a black light. I realize now I must have had a spiritual encounter. I don't know, man, I thought it was gonna be one more ghost after. Yeah. But what made you decide you had to bring the chisel here? You seem sure it'd be effective against the cannon soldier. I'm not sure myself. Picked it up and heard a voice. The rest was, well, instinct. It was what Banshee mentioned earlier. The heart of the curse that created the spirit. So I knew I had to give it to you. When I looked through that room before, Yasoka said that the Kujo family used to create Buddha statues a long time ago. It's possible that the chisel was used to create the statue that became the cannon soldier. I don't know what that voice was that he heard. Probably something like the mysterious voice that's guided me before. I know, I haven't heard it in a while. That's all I can tell you. What if it was Mary's voice? Maybe. I miss Mary too. Now then, Blipbot, should we go back to the mansion? We need to update Banshee on all that's happened. I didn't bother telling him anything. Yeah. Searching for documents on the mark, carting all the statues out. It'll take more than a day to do all that. We should go back to the mansion and figure out what to do next. You know, the ending. Accidentally found it while skimming the wiki. Yeah, all fucking looking shit up. What? We're leaving already? I wanted to examine this place. I glanced at the statue fallen on the floor. Sorry, but you'll have to do that another time. Fine. In exchange, not one word about this shelter to anyone else. I'm going to study every inch of it. Yeah, okay. Trophy earned! Cannon soldier saved! That means I did do it right! No one dies! Yes! Damn, you almost died here. I know the danger's past, but you've gotten over this way too quickly. I'm impressed with your nerves of steel, or is it more willpower? You can say that again. I saved 2 people. Well, I saved 1. Senor Lung saved the other, really. No one died. Who are you? What have you done with Blue? I killed her. She's the real died. We returned to the concrete passageway. I might be imagining it, but it feels like the air in here is a little less stagnant than it was before. No, she was my friend. You'll get new ones. We climb up out of the manhole in M No South Alley. Banshee runs up to us, waving. His ever-present smell wafts off him. Learn to talk, you dumbass. Figured I'd find you here. You gave me a shock dashing out of the mansion like that diamond. Next thing I knew, my mark was gone. What happened? I just needed to deliver something. You really saved us. I'd rather not think of the consequences if you hadn't made it in time. I don't get it, but it sounds like you did good work, Diamond. Well then, if I must do my investigation another day, are we splitting ways here? Our marks are gone now. Blipbot still has his, though. This always happens. I'm used to it. Aw, thank you! I'm trying. I don't like, cause otherwise it just feels all the same. So, but it does feel weird here and there, like, am I doing too heavy? Is it weird? Am I stupid sounding? But thank you. But now I might be able to change that. I finally discovered where the statues stolen from Eighth Shrine are. I'm lost, but I'm glad for you. It's thanks to all you. I'll figure the rest out by myself. You should all return to your regular lives. You're saying we should split up, then? Are you sure you'll be okay? Something will work out eventually. You just gotta keep going until you feel it's too bad. That's fair. Besides, this is Sayakujo's dying wish. I want to respect it. Huh. Well, thanks. I'll head back then. I've been missing all those chemical smells from the lab. You're not supposed to smell the chemicals! Good to hear your research is exciting. Give someone an ooh voice. If there's another character, I'll give them an ooh voice, but I don't think there's another one. But don't forsake your humanity over it and end up like Mizu. Like I do that. That's not even funny, by the way. Oh yeah, Mr. Blipbot. Whenever you want to get those statues, I'll help out. Until then, see you. Blipbot is the ooh voice. No. No, don't talk to Blipbot. I'll be off as well. Honestly, all this has put a strain on me. I'm barely staying upright. Whatever you do, don't collapse on your way home, please. Hey, Blipbot. One day, I'm hoping to let the public know about the underground shelter. For the sake of the wandering souls without a proper burial. I'd like it if you helped with it. See you around. Guess I'll go too. You're not returning to the shelter, are you? I'm not that brave. The soldier's gone, but there's plenty of other things down there. I'll give it a few days to settle. So you're still planning on going back? I'm not sure I'd call that a smart move. Comes with living this kind of life. I'll bunker down in the park or under a bridge until things calm down. See ya, Blip-Blot. Bring more food next time, yeah? Bye. The former mark bearers have all left. I should probably head back to the mansion myself. I've got to decide what to do next. Alone again. What? What? What the fuck? Hello? I hear a voice apparently, calling from behind me. I turn to see Banshee in the middle of the road, staring intently at me. What's wrong? Remember now. His eyes are as wide as saucers. I forgot 'cause of the mark, but I've met you before. What? What do you mean? Well, let me think. He scratches his chin. I know his memories are probably all a mess, having just gotten them back, but I don't have time to wait for him. Oh, yeah. We first met 5 years ago. And then, again, 10 days ago. I feel like I've been struck by lightning. I first arrived at Kujo Mansion 10 days ago. That means I met him before I lost my memories. I need to know, who am I? I couldn't say. I wasn't interested in asking you your name and you didn't give it. Then tell me what you do know. Tell me about myself, please. Okay. I owe you for the food. So ask. What should I ask about? 5 years ago, because that's when everything started. Well, you showed up at the shelter. Wanted to know about the Heavenly Buddha project. Gave me food. Actually, you were more focused on the Kujo family than the clan and soldier. Why did we talk about them? The head at the time was majorly involved in the project. He was famous for his spiritual powers, so the army asked him to help. He loaned them a number of his family prized sacred treasures. You really zeroed in on that bit. Do you know what exactly the army got? Yeah, the shelter had a list. A mirror, a chisel, Buddha statues, cursed objects, and holy talismans. A mirror was for Hanahiko, I bet, that I didn't use correctly. They were all returned to the family, which means they're all in the mansion now. You kept popping by a few times until one day you just didn't. I only saw you next 10 days ago. Okay? I'd just seen the cannon soldier, and you can bet I booked it out of that manhole. I ran into you on the street. Had you treat me to food to celebrate. Thanks for that, by the way. Banshee's talking to the person I was before I lost my memories. It's weird to hear about myself this way. It's all connected! You mentioned you'd been overseas. You'd only come back recently, about a month ago. Hello, Alex! You missed the spookiest spook. Oh, and that's when I learned of the mark. You told me about it. It slipped my mind until just now. By that time, was my right arm... Yeah, it had the mark. You were acting all odd, though. You'd go to remember something and just stumble over the words. The curse was probably in late stages. In fact, I'd completely forgot my name and passed a few hours after that. By the by, I've got something to tell you. This here Banshee Ito is of much nobler character than regular folk. You fool! Well, did you win? How'd league go? That's why I had a detached life away from the world's vulgarities. What are you trying to say? I could be crazy desperate, but I'd never shame my dear departed mom or divine providence. You understand? No, you lost me. I'm saying I'd never resort to stealing, even dying of hunger. Here, these are yours. He pulls out a wristwatch and a wallet. Each look like an antique. They're inlaid with subtle designs. Oh, well, at least he was on your team. You forgot them at the restaurant. Let me see them. I grabbed them both and rushed to open the wallet. But there's no ID inside. There was no driver's license or company card with an ID in it when you got it. Don't ask me. You said you forgot your old wallet somewhere and lost it. It was probably in there. Oh. I look at what else is in the wallet. Bills, coins, and a number of familiar business cards. Sayakujo Spirit Healer. Ah, those things. You tried to give me one. Told me to go there if I remembered anything, but I gave it back. I don't make a habit of carrying useless stuff. Sayakujo's card was in my pocket when I first arrived at Kujo Mansion. It must have been the one Banshee returned. There's no doubt about it. I lost all my memories after I met Banshee. I've asked everything I want to know, but something's still bugging me. Did I say anything about the mark when you saw me 10 days ago? Well, I was so focused on eating that I wasn't paying full attention. Are you kidding? Oh yeah, you said the same thing as Hiro about the Kanin soldier. There's no way a human head on a statue would make it move. So basically they get the gift. I'm not familiar with that reference. I'm sorry. But it did actually move. That's what I thought too. And then you said something strange. You said what happened 50 years ago wasn't because of the project. That it was all because of her. Her? That's not all. You said she gave you the mark. That she loved watching you lose your memories and fear death. That you made her kick the bucket once, but she came back to life. You said you needed to do the same thing done about 50 years ago to get rid of her. My heart wants to beat out of my chest. I can feel sweat run down my face. There's no way I can keep calm. Before I lost my memories, I'd known who had cursed me with the mark. How old are you? Hey, old man, who's she? Did I tell you? I wanted to know too, so I asked, but you couldn't answer me. I don't think you were trying to hide it, you just honestly didn't remember. Was that because of the mark? Well, that's about all I can tell you. Blipbot, we should get going soon. Go? Where? I'll tell you in your car. I'm real tired of standing. I'd like to sit for a bit. There's no point in arguing here. I'll just get it out of him once we're in the car. Interesting. So, it's quote-unquote the big wig behind everything. Nope, the mansion's out of the way. Banshee clambers into the back seat of the car. His heavy scent fills the enclosed space. I can finally catch my breath. Now then, driver, take us to the Forest by H Castle. Interesting. I don't trust this guy one bit. Yeah, I feel like we're secretly evil and he's gonna kill us or something. Or like we did something bad to him and he's about to just fucking murder us. I drive down the familiar road. All lights along the way are strangely green. We reach our destination without me having to slow down the car once. But you just got here. No, that's fair. Did say we killed someone, or at least implied it. Oh. The engine hums along. I feel the wheels of fate turning like those on a car I'm riding in. Like 3 people. Shh, shh, it's okay, it's okay. 10 days ago, I promised, in exchange for you buying me an extra order of almond jelly, if you did forget everything, I'd take you to H Shrine. Sounds like I prepared for everything. But if I was that careful, why didn't I leave myself a clue? Why prepare if I was just gonna forget? Did the curse progress faster than expected, so there wasn't time? Or did someone get rid of it? But if I had business at each shrine, why didn't I go there while I still had my memories? Something about timing. Waiting for some magic summer cleaning to clear away impurity. Suddenly my old self echoes in my head. I speak the words out loud slowly as realization dawns. The summer purification rites. They're rites held at shrines to exorcise evil. On the last day of June, you pass through woven reeds to cleanse yourself. I was trying to use that ritual to exorcise the impurity. I assume I can't save Mary because there was no direct choice that led to Mary's not existence. Well, maybe just like my bad track record killed her, maybe. You should look into this. It's a fun game. I really like it so far. It's really phenomenally interesting. Sorry that you jumped in at the, like, bloody end. Like, I feel like this is wrapping it all up. Ah, gotcha. Luckily, today's the 1st of July, so the rites or whatever are done. Should be no problem now. Exercise the impurity, huh? What kind of impurity was I trying to cleanse? The more I learn, the less I understand. My previous self is like a complete stranger to me. Oh, tired, sleep time. Good night. But yeah, that's like one of the reasons I don't hate my bad memory. Spoils don't really work that well on me if, like, I wait 3 months. How many times have I come to the forest now? The creepy arc and the thick trees look the same as always. You know where H Shrine is, yeah? Lead the way. You've never been here? First I heard of it was 10 days ago. What? I tangled the wire! Banshee and I push through the vegetation and make our way down the beach trail. We pass under the stone torii gate. Oh, I'm glad I don't have to do it myself. And finally arrive at the desolate H Shrine. The few headless Buddha statues that are left shine in the light of the flashlight. So the statues used in the project were stolen from here? Yeah, that's right. Is it really true that the statues are connected to the mark somehow? I've considered the possibility that the mark was caused by their divine wrath, but 10 days ago... You said what happened 50 years ago wasn't because of the project, it was all because of her. I do like how all the areas are connected, it's not just an area. Yeah, I do appreciate that. Like, it's actually we're going back. Like, yeah, I like that they're interwoven. It doesn't feel like you beat a dungeon and move on. This course I've been following this whole time, then at some point I have to have been fed some huge lie. But what could it be? Shudder runs through me at the thought. It feels like I'm looking into the depths of hell. Also less assets. True. You said 10 days ago that that altar holds something important. Something about needing to keep it here to exercise the impurity. He approaches a small altar and puts his hand on the sliding door. Huh? What's going on in here? The thing's empty. Don't ask me. It was already gone when I was here earlier. Well, that's darn weird. You said there was a cloth pouch. What was inside? A small first-size statue, a ninjibutsu or something. It was the Goshintai for the shrine. A Kujo had used it in the shelter to stop the mess 50 years ago. And again, it's the Kujo family. They must have strong ties to the mark. Well, that's about all I can do for you. At least it was enough to pay off the dessert. We should head back, son. Right. I'm still unsure about what my old self was thinking, but it's clear whatever plan I had didn't work. Where did the ninjibutsu go? On the way back, I feel reluctant to go. I keep turning to look toward the shrine. Each time I do, Banshee hurries me onto the forest entrance. Well, this is where we part ways. You're not gonna ride back with me? I'm gonna be honest with you, I got a bit car sick on the way here. Flat roads were fine, but the curves and hills did me in. I just got a nice meal and I'd had to throw it up, so I'll walk back. Pat Pat is good. But it's pretty far from here. Kids are such wimps these days. When I was young, I used to walk across the Himalayas all the time. This ain't nothing. When I was a kid, I had to walk uphill both ways in the snow with my brother on my back. His laugh is loud enough for the whole forest to hear. He waves and leaves me alone. Yeah, something's bad. Once he's out of sight, I get in the car. I feel like I'm being left to die. I pull out of the deserted parking lot and drive back to the mansion. As I count the streetlights passing by, I go over everything Banshee told me. 50 years ago in that shelter, the cannon soldier went berserk, but it wasn't because of the Army's experiment, it was her. The Army was unable to stand up to the threat of her and the soldier. But then the Kujo family head used the Nenji Butsu to settle everything. However, she still exists in this time period. She was the one who gave me my mark. Before I lost my memories, I was planning on using the Nenji Butsu like they did before. I left it at each shrine so it could be cleansed of its impurity, but somewhere along the line it went missing. The past me probably couldn't have predicted this would happen. I'm almost back at Kujo Mansion. As my drive comes to an end, I focus on what the most important detail is. That's right, who she is. I have a hunch about her identity, but I can't be sure yet. Wait, does that pillow match Mary's couch? No, it doesn't. Does it? It was you, dun dun dun. Maybe, I don't know. And that definitely proves that she was there. 50 years ago, she made the cannon soldier move down in that shelter. The Kujo family's head sealed her. They would have brought her to the mansion. The sacred objects for the project, of which she was one, were returned to the Kujos. I gripped the steering wheel tighter. If there was any way to defeat her, it just has to be in the mansion. I don't have any solid proof, but the fragments of my memory are still whispering to me. Oh, she was released by the rabbit. Ooh. It's just a theory! A game theory! Yeah, there was a demon rabbit, and it was black with, like, red eyes. It was pretty cool. We already met it. Go play game. The entrance doesn't look any different. My mark burns. The sharp pain nearly brings me to my knees. Yeah, see, look at the couches! But where did the rabbit come from? Why? Do we know that? We don't know that. No, we have no idea about the rabbit. It seems she has no intention of hiding her presence any longer. Talk should bring me to Mary's couch. Hey! Hello! Oh! Oh my fucking god! So we meet again. Mary's voice is soft. I know now. Behind those words is hidden intense lust for blood. Oh my god. Very twisty. You came back to life rather quickly. You gave me nearly a whole day, more than enough time. I admit that rabbit's attack surprised me, but unexpected events can themselves be rather enjoyable. When I had brought Mary to each shrine, we caught sight of the rabbit there, and might have suspected Mary's true nature. That rabbit, its great love for you pushed it into recklessness. What was that rabbit, really? Determine that for yourself. Who are you? Know that and the answer will come, though it is impossible so long as you bear the mark I gave you. Oh my god. Mary gave me the mark. I had a hunch, but hearing it from her lips fills me with dread. This is crazy! Holy shit! Just what are you trying to accomplish? Dragging the living to the depths of despair before killing them. I believe I explained that it is a spirit's utmost desire and joy, and I had your cooperation with achieving that. Cooperate? That's ridiculous. Oh? Have you not realized yet? You did bring those pathetic mark bearers directly to the spirits, did you not? Oh! Oh my god. They feared the spirit's existence, trembled in the face of death. The brief joy of their survival only to be crushed like miserable ants. I savor the taste of that fear and despair. Most delicious. You had all of us help out, just to terrify the mark bearers even more? Clearly. I could have waited for the curses to complete if I only wanted them dead. That is not the only lie. Mark bearers must stay in small groups, do not contact outsiders. All my instructions were to drive you into a state of emergency, and not once did you doubt me. I bet she's telling me all of this because she wants me terrified with how hopeless the situation I find myself in is. I'm frozen in place, and I know my face must be as pale as death. She must be loving this. Don't tell me you created all those spirits just to accomplish that. Indeed. When Lady Christie believed divine wrath was the cause of the mark, I had never been more amused. Her foolishness was so delightful. I just had to come along with you. So you lied. Of course. How could a pile of broken statues possibly do anything? I could be imagining it, but I feel like she hesitated for a moment there. 50 years ago I was sealed away by the head of the Cujo mansion. I awoke here 5 years ago. At the time I was still unable to speak and communicate, but it seems my awakening alone caused a number of ripples. Those who died unfortunate deaths on cursed land became monstrous spirits. The H elementary abuse, the honeybee mass suicide, Seiko's assault and suicide, they all happened 5 years ago. I finally regained my full power a little over a month ago. Then the Buddha statue connected to me 50 years ago began moving. The woman killed by the statue was also influenced by my power. How am I gonna defeat her? I'll cry. Probably. I'm gonna cry. That must be the Kanin soldier in Zukawa. Zukawa believed it was divine oracle from the soldier when it really had been Mary. She did as the great Asura had said and transformed herself into Ms. Zu. Phone a friend. Once my strength returned, I again bestowed my power on spirits. It connects humans to me and manipulates them into a panic. The mark. I know you've been toying with us, but well, was there really a need to make us connected to you in some way? Of course. By being in direct contact with you, I could taste your fear. Even now, are you scared of me, Lord Blipbot? Fuck no, bitch! Very admirable. She cracked! Ever since you declared that you would fight the mark, I've waited eagerly for this day. Oh god. Oh, she's transforming. She is a true form. I don't want to see it. Over the past 10 days, I've tasted your fear through the mark. Thick and syrupy, as sweet as honey. Each savored morsel made me want to smash you to pieces. But I waited. I am not so foolish as to kill a goose that lays golden eggs. But I cannot take it anymore. Like crushing a ripe fruit and sipping its juices. What were all the letters? I wasn't paying attention. A, N-O-T, P-E-S. A not piece? I don't think that's a word. It might just be random letters. Whack! I want to break you down and savor your sweet fear. Ah! Mary, no. You were waifu. The mark is dyed a deep crimson. Sunrise a few minutes till left. Death closes in. My thoughts blur together suddenly. What happens to a mark bearer right before dawn? I've seen it many times. Is that what's happening to me now? Lord Blipbot, wait for me. I'll kill. I can hear Mary stand up over by the sofa. At this rate, the rabbit's fate will be mine too. I have to run away. Check within the red in my room. Something whispered in my ear. That's right, that voice. But what does my room mean? Focus, who does that voice belong to? Isoka. She said it was someone who loved me. Oh my god. Mary's coming closer. Where should I run? Oh my god! Saya's room. Who's MK? Marie, you're in this game. I sprint at full speed up the stairs and fly into Saya's room. Much like the entrance hall, it's dark. The voice said, check within the red in my room. Is something there? But where should I look? The bloodstain. Floor. It's like you want Marie to get caught. No. Saikuja's bloodstain is still on the floor. It's obviously dry by this point in time. There might be something lying on top of it. I can't be sure. It's too dark. Nothing was there last time I was here. Picking it up, I discover that it's a small pouch. Inside is a hard, thin object. I move over to the moonlight to use it better. It's a small Buddha statue. It can't be. Is this the Ninjibutsu? It seemed to be stained with blood, and I get an ominous feeling from it. The impurity. It hasn't been exorcised yet. I instinctively know the instant I see it. My mind is suddenly flooded with all my memories of the Ninjibutsu, one after another. 50 years ago, the head of the Kujo family used this to steal Mary's power. He put the Ninjibutsu inside her to seal her. Then, about a month ago, someone took it out. That person was me. Because of that, Mary regained her powers. The Ninjibutsu in my hand looks exactly as it did back then, full of impurity. Impurity that's built up from sealing Mary's power for 50 years. To cleanse it, I left the Ninjibutsu at the uncontaminated H shrine. It would take time to exorcise all of the impurity. It's already July, the summer purification rite is over. So why is it still impure? The object the rabbit had in its mouth. It could have been carrying the pouch then instead of the master key. Then the Ninjibutsu was taken away from H shrine before the beginning of July. Maybe the rabbit saw Mary by the shrine and was scared that she would find it. So it had no choice but to steal it away. The door to the adjacent room opens. Mary must be looking for me. But she can sense the presence of mark bearers. What's going on? Wait, is it possible that Sai's blood is protecting me? Bring it to where I met my end. The voice whispers in my ear again. If this isn't where the voice's owner died, they must have met their end elsewhere. There's only one other place. While Mary's in the room next door, I sprint down the entrance hall. I make a beeline to Mary's sofa and spot where the rabbit died. The rabbit was... The voice that spoke to me and helped me every time a spirit was closing in. If Saya was working through anything, it must have been that rabbit. Sensing something, I look down at my hand. And the Ninjibutsu's impurity is gone. Is this what you've been telling me, Saya? I speak to the departed woman, who's guided me as I struggled without memories. Put the Ninjibutsu, the source of the doll's curse. Press it to the black mark. Then the whispers stop. The floorboards creak ominously. I raise my head to the staircase, rising into the darkness before me. Oh. Oh my god! Dark figure stands on the landing. I found you. Hi, Mary. Ooh, 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 pain, ow. The mark scorches me. My head goes blank. Mary's coming closer. My body won't listen to me. Oh, hi. Lord Bullipot. Mary closes her hands around my neck. She's trying to kill me. Question mark, exclamation mark. I squeeze the Ninjibutsu, and the fog that's impeding my thoughts lifts. It's still a struggle to think. I should be able to move my arm now? Put the Ninjibutsu on the source of the curse. I only have one chance. Where should I stick the Ninjibutsu? So in the pictures of her, it was on her left arm. Or our left, her right arm. But I don't see it there anymore. I'm gonna do right arm because that's where I've always seen it in the pictures. It's wrong. I managed to drag my impossibly heavy arm and stick the Ninjibutsu on Mary's right arm. No, see, that's where it is! But I'm sure that's where the black mark was. Yes! Fuck you! Unless she got a new arm. Ah. More eyes. Yes! Marks bloom on Mary, one after another. They're all the color of blood. It's like they're the curse of those she's killed. Ha-choo! One shot, you bitch! Oh, I didn't make a single mistake! Yes! Fucking Pog. Thank you. Mary shatters into dust. Did I really do it? I hesitantly look down at my right arm. No more mark. I did it? I finally did it? I have to say it out loud to convince myself. A victory at the expense of Saya and the mark bearers' lives. I can't claim it's all over, but... But wait, does she get one more kill? You might... Oh, fuck, yeah, she didn't, like, vanish happily. There's no harm being relieved for now. The fog clouding my head clears away. My memory slowly returned to me. I look around the dimly lit hall again. I know this mansion well, because I'm... The clock on the second floor begins chiming wildly like it did 10 days ago. I want to make Making my way up to it, it stops, almost as if it had a will of its own. That's right, this grandfather clock. I think a skilled ancestor of the Cujo family crafted it. That one chisel may have been used to make it. That's right, inside this clock. I open the door and stick my hand inside. My fingers brush something hard. Taking it out, I realize it's a voice recorder. I press the play button. This on? This is Masamune Cujo. It's a man's voice. A voice I know all too well. It's my voice. I'm her big brother! I decided to leave this record behind in case something should happen. That doll may dispose of any files or documents. I'm banking on her overlooking a piece of technology. As I listen, I start to remember recording this. I'd done it right before I received the mark from Mary. Now, where should I begin? It started 5 years ago, 2 years after I became Cujo family head. My sister, Saya, and I found the doll in a wood box while sorting a warehouse. The moment I broke the seal and saw her, I could sense something sinister. But it took a while longer to fully understand what she truly is. If only there had been records. But great-grandfather who sealed her didn't leave any before his early death. Because of that, his descendants weren't told about the doll. I managed to learn the doll had been loaned to an army lab during the war. A strange old man who lived in an underground shelter told me. Then I went overseas to try and get more information on the doll. But I got into an accident while away and was presumed missing, so Saya became the new family head. I wasn't able to contact her until after she inherited the title. It wasn't something worth contesting, so I explained everything and had her keep up the facade that I was missing. Public records still stated Masamune Cujo was very much alive, of course. Couldn't have used my passport or license otherwise. Facade. I'm off topic, sorry. I only just returned to the country last week. Other psychics abroad all agreed it would be bad to leave the doll be. An Ninjibutsu inside the doll still suppressed its cursed power, but I realized it was almost at its limit. If I left it alone, it would crumble. Then it'd be impossible to suppress the cursed power of the doll. That was worst case scenario. But what was to be done? The answer I came up with was to remove the Ninjibutsu from the doll temporarily. Its impurity would be cleansed after a month stored in a pure area, and then I'd place it back in the doll. If I succeeded, the doll's power will be sealed for a few more decades. But the problem is that 1 month, I have no idea what kind of curse will be released when the doll's unsealed. I'll do what I can to prevent disasters, but my power can't compare to the Ninjibutsu. I can't guarantee anything. There may be victims again, like the tragedy 50 years ago. But this is a necessary evil, and must be done in order to prevent even more people falling victim. After this, I'll disassemble the doll and remove the Ninjibutsu. I pray everything goes according to plan, and the worst of evils is avoided. I hope this record isn't needed. But the one listening to this has a loved one who's fallen victim to the curse. Then I'm very sorry. The recording ends there. Damn it. I clench my fist so hard my nails dig into my palms. Yes, the voice on the tape was mine, but I'm furious with it. I don't know this person at all. The mark has claimed so many victims over the past month, like the mark bearers. I even lost my little sister, Saya. Was she just another inventable victim that the voice spoke of? No, I'm angry. This sucks. I can't forgive him. Because since I'd lost my memories, I lived as Blip Blip Bot. I should have. My blood boils at what kill me. Masamune Kujo did. Chapter 5 End. Trophy earned. End of chapter 5. Oh my god. I did it. 2 months have passed. The occasional cool breeze signals that summer is almost over. I've spent my time putting the case of the mark to rest as best I can. I put Saya to rest by burying the rabbit and contacted the surviving mark bearers. Putting the Buddha statues in places of honor was also one of those tasks. They weren't connected to the mark after all, but I couldn't just leave them there. Plus, there was no way Christie'd keep quiet about the statues. So with her guidance and Yusoka, Diamond, and Banshee's help, I carried the broken statues out of the shelter and returned them to H Shrine. Damon, not Diamond. I want to call him Diamond. He's a diamond in the sky, man. By now, my memory is completely returned, but I still can't think of myself as Masamune Kujo. My memories of my past feel more like I'm reading someone else's biography. Legally, I am Masamune. I inherited Kujo Mansion. I'm not sure how to feel about it, but I think I'll consider it a way to pay Saya back for saving me. About Masamune Kujo. He became head of the Kujos 7 years ago. Scholarly, inclined, and introverted, he wasn't the type to be very social. He left all public appearances to Saya, so not many knew what he looked like. The only photos of him are from small local newspapers. Masamune accidentally uncovered Mary in the family's warehouse 5 years ago. That discovery changed his life. I traveled extensively abroad in order to learn more about Mary. In one country, I got into an accident and fell into coma for half a year. Even worse, that country proceeded to treat me as an unidentified traveler. I don't know if that was Mary's curse had something to do with it. I'd already become the new head. The rest was as the tape said. So many banshees. I had no idea that Mary's power was far greater than I had imagined. All of my efforts to suppress her power were completely useless. My memories unraveled faster than I thought. How did Mary come to be in the first magic to create her? Another says the spirit of a young girl who died prematurely took up residence in the end. It's still a mystery. No one knows what happened to create a doll like that. We only know that each of Mary's owners died tragic deaths. Shortly after the turn of the 20th century, she came to be owned by the head of the Kujos. He either didn't know of the curse or simply didn't believe it. Disasters began befalling the family. Mary gained enough power to become sentient and produce spirits. Then the tragedy in the shelter happened. The seething grudges of the experiment victims and the Buddha statues. They may have triggered her awakening. Whatever Mary's true identity is, the fact remains she altered many people's fates. Mine and the mark bearers included. Speaking of, an update on the surviving mark bearers. Yes, this is the good part! Mufasa is studying every day for the middle school exams next year, probably trying to forget the events of that night. It seems he's even more obsessed with studying now. Mashita bought me a drink. Yes! We did it! Seems he's thinking about becoming a private detective. He actually asked me if I wanted to join him. Was he serious? I don't know for sure. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it! Christie has started writing an essay exposing all of her past affairs, but the contents are so scandalous no one wants to publish it. I heard her complaints over it the other day. Jesus. Aita seems to have finally recovered after what happened to Suzu. I don't know if it's because of all the trials he's endured now, but he's buckled down lately and has been stopping by the city employment center. A day doesn't go by that I don't see Ai Kashiwagi, fuck me, on TV as part of Love and Hero. She sent me a ticket like she promised, but I need to drum up some courage to go to a concert for teens, alone, at my age. Bring Mashita, you fool! Yasoka is still working as a fortune teller in Ginza. Apparently she believes I have spiritual powers or something. She keeps sending me customers with spirit problems to the mansion. I wish she'd stop. Hiro spends her days working as a researcher while also visiting the shelter. Her and Banshee squabble a lot, but I wish she'd stop complaining to me about it. Damon seems to be doing better now, like a weight's been lifted off his chest. He's in the process of convincing officials to publicize the shelter and build a memorial for it. Banshee has returned to his beloved underground shelter. He stops by the mansion sometimes, filling the place with a scent. Of course, he comes to beg me for food. All the mark bearers who became victims, all for the sake of terror Mary sought. Whenever I remember them, my chest aches and I can't help but think, is it possible? Do they bear a dark grudge against me for surviving? I'm so sorry. How many times have I murmured that useless and meaningless apology? But I become more determined each time. All I can do now is make sure that the tragedy never happens again. For that, I need to hurry my preparations for putting the Nenji Butsu inside Mary. The Nenji Butsu alone won't be enough to continue sealing her powers in the years to come. I must prepare extra spiritual measures. It takes a long time to get those ready, but today I finally finished. What? Did the mansion just lose power? What's going on? What is this feeling? My arm is burning. Why is the mark... I did get a bad ending, didn't I? Uh-oh. I let too many people die, didn't I? Calm down. I need to calm down. First, I need to get a grasp on my situation. That's how I've survived this long. Oh, horribly familiar. Trophy earned. Normal ending. Well, it's not the bad ending. I got the normal ending. A horribly familiar noise echoes in the hall. There you are. Hey, don't worry guys, you can't get mad at me for letting everyone else die, cause I let myself die, but at least I got a drink with Mashita first. Fuck yeah, that's the important part. I did it! That's Deathmark! The gallery has been added to the title screen. You are able to view the game in illustration. Oh guys, let's go look at the... Oh, I have to save. Gallery! Event. Oh, so you can see all the pictures. Mary. Mary. Oh, there's the lewd shit right there. More lewd shit. Dead guy. More spooky. Hanahiko. And then finished. More lewd shit. I don't want to collect bees. I hate bees so much. More bees. Okay, we're gonna leave the bee chapter. Oh, wait, I wanted to marry. What else is cool to look at? Dead Mary, bitch. There's a lot of pictures. More lewd shit. A pillow. Mary. I didn't even get all of them. There's more that I could have gotten. Look at that. Oh, there's a lot more. Holy shit. There's 3 pages of shit. Mashita is here, so I'm gonna click on this one. Okay. So I'm gonna end it here. We beat Deathmark. I'll, play through really quick to get the good ending, to see what the good ending is. Super duper fast, just to see what it is. Thank you guys so much for joining me. That ending was fucking badass. Go get that drink. Smut ending, let's go. Mashita, where are you? Where's I? Let's go.